What is going on, Bears Nation? We are back for another mock draft again. Not really related to the Bears right now. We are actually gonna do through 14 as if it was like a NBA, only like the lottery, like the NBA lottery. We're only gonna go through the first 14 teams for a mock draft just to keep things simple and make sure we don't get enough, just so we don't get some hate. Um, but yeah, leaves out confusion. There is some people that, some guys that are gonna rise, and some guys that are gonna drop down a notch, and some surprising ones that might be a gamble but could possibly happen. Um, so let's number one. I still have picking Kyler Murray. I don't think this is the best decision that they can make. I say if they're gonna draft Kyler Murray, they should keep Rosen. If you can't get what you want for Rosen, wow, my face is really dark. Okay. Anyways, there's if you trade Rosen for something that I don't really think he's worth, then I don't think you should trade him at all. I think you should have him and Kyler Murray, and then you see what happens. If Kyler Murray doesn't turn out to be what you'd hope he'd be, then you throw in Rosen, because I think the Cardinals, if they do draft Kyler Murray, they've definitely had no patience for Rosen. So if a trade, no trade offers come up that you feel what Josh Rosen is worth, then do not make the trade. Kyler Murray, again, he's got very good speed up the field. He's a very fast guy. He's definitely he's the fastest QB in this draft. Obviously, he's got a very good arm, very precise. He's gonna be a very versatile quarterback. He's gonna be. Many have compared him to Russell Wilson again. He looks like he's got a very high ceiling, and that's why people, GMs across the league are very very much taking a look at him. But yeah, let's go on to the 49ers at number 2. They've got Nick Bosa. I've got Nick Bosa going to the 49ers at number 2. Again, he's very good in size. He doesn't a Josh Allen, but he's definitely still very good in size. He's just got this very unique combination of technique and power off the edge, and that's why he has the highest potential in this draft, and he's got the highest potential out of any player in this draft. So that's why I feel like he should definitely be the first guy taken for Kyler Murray. Also, we already know who he is. He is going to go, I think, to the 49ers at number 2. Now, the Jets, there's been rumors that they're going to take Josh Allen and at 3, and I believe them. So Josh Allen to the Jets at 3. Again, he's a long guy. He's well over 240 in weight. He's a very big guy. He's very lengthy. He uses a lot of technique and speed. He can play small in the run game sometimes, but yet again, he could be very dominant and clutch in late game moments. I've seen that when I've watched him play. He could be very clutch in those moments when, a big third down in the late game, big fourth down. He's gonna make sure he gets to the quarterback, and that's what I've seen from Josh Allen. So he's a very clutch guy, and if he's somebody that he's somebody that's going to energize your defense. So if you really feel like you can build, or if you want to build your defense around somebody, it's definitely Josh Allen. Now to the Raiders at number 4, they're going to get a steal here with Quinnen Williams. I I wouldn't be surprised. Well, at the beginning, before all these rumors, Kyler Murray rumors and stuff, I had Quinnen Williams as high as number 2. So for the Raiders to get him at number 4, that is very good for them. And I think one of the reasons why he dropped down and the Jets wanted Josh Allen was because they already have somebody in the middle there. The Jets already have somebody in the middle. His name's Leonard Williams. So really, it's not really a need for them. They could always use a pass rusher on the edge, and that's why Quinnen Williams is going to fall to the Raiders. This is a steal for the Raiders. Who's going to lead their defense after Khalil? He's definitely got the potential to be the best player on their defense. He is a big dude, very stocky man. He's gonna dominate the run game. He's gonna dominate against the run game, and that's what I love about him. I can't remember how many TFLs he had, but there were a lot during the season. He's also very good against the pass as well. He's a guy that you want to build your defense around as well. Nick Bosa, Josh Allen, and Quinnen Williams should all be guys you should build your defense around. Especially this guy at number 5 for the Bucks, Devin White. He's rose up the draft boards a little bit because people are starting to recognize now. The game is starting to evolve with these new age linebackers. With the sideline to sideline coverage linebackers. That's what Devin White basically is. He's a bigger guy than what you'd expect from these new age linebackers, but he's a sideline to sideline tackler. He's very good, and he's very good against tight ends. He can cover tight ends. He is very good in that regard. He is a very good tackler, and that's why I have him at number 5. I think he deserves to be at number 5 because middle linebackers, they're pretty much the guys that lead the team in tackling. And Devin White is definitely, I think, the best tackler in this draft. Now we go on to number 6. We've got Rashawn Gary going to the Giants. I know Rashawn Gary, he might be a little bit overrated as a prospect right now. He was as high as the top 3 when the season started. He kind of dropped down a bit. I do get that, but I do have him going at number 6 to the Giants because the Giants, I know they're not really interested in Dwayne Haskins. That's what I've heard, and I look at their pass rush. They traded away Olivier Vernon. They traded away Snacks Harrison. That defensive line needs help. So to a guy like Rashawn Gary, you could definitely start with him on that defensive line. Because pretty much now their best player on their defense, you probably could say it's definitely probably Jabril. Jabril Peppers was balling out last year, but so I have Rashawn Gary. He was definitely really low in sacks this year. I think he only had like 3 or 4, but he's definitely got the potential to be one of the best if he cares to be the best. Jaguars, number 7, Jawan Taylor. They take Jawan Taylor. They need to get that offensive line going, and Jawan Taylor, probably the best offensive line prospect in this draft. For the Jaguars to get him at number 7 is pretty good because he was rumored to be in the top 5 to the Bucks, but the Bucks need desperate help on their defense. Um, so that's why I picked Devin White. Anyways, Jawan Taylor get some protection for Nick Foles. That's at number 7. Lions number 8. Montez Sweat. I do like Montez Sweat a lot. They did sign Trey Flowers in free agency, but I don't think that's going to fill the void. They need somebody to pair with Trey Flowers. I think Montez Sweat. I think Montez Sweat is better than Would Montez Sweat be? I like Montez Sweat to the Lions. I do not like him to the Giants. So we're gonna keep him at number 8. Montez Sweat. I think he is also a little bit like Josh Allen, except he's more one of those outside linebackers to me. That's what he looks like to me. I think he would be very good in that 3-4 scheme. So to put him there for the Lions with Trey Flowers, I think he'd be very nice. I know he's probably going to have to play the defensive end position, but he's got a lot of power. Again, he's going to bull rush the quarterback. That's why I have him at number 8. Let's go to the Bills at number 9. I have them taking Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver. And he had a very nice pro day. He was very competitive in his pro day, and he's been getting comparisons to Aaron Donald, of course. And he was as high as number 1 before the season even started. He dropped all the way down to somewhere around the mid first round. But now he's jumped all the way back up to 9 for me because of his pro day. And he's just a guy like Aaron Donald. He's primarily a guy that will rush the quarterback. Still very good in the run game against the run. His production was down. That's why he was dropping. But when people looked at his pro day, it was very good. And the Bills do need to get some help on that defensive line. I have Ed Oliver at number 9. The Broncos at number 10. I have not heard anything about the Broncos taking Dwayne Haskins at number 10, but I do have Dwayne Haskins going to the Broncos at number 10. Now, I heard John Elway talk about Kyler Murray not being good enough under center, which could be a very well possibility that he did say that. So, but he did not talk about Dwayne Haskins, and I'm very sure he likes a guy in Dwayne Haskins at number 10. Now, I'm not too sure about either for Dwayne Haskins because he does like Joe Flacco, and he said that he doesn't like Joe Flacco as a bridge quarterback, but his actual starting quarterback for good. So, I'm not sure what John Elway is doing right now, but he needs to pull his head out of his ass, and he needs to take Dwayne Haskins if he's there at number 10, because Dwayne Haskins definitely dropped. He's dropped, and it's because the Giants. I don't think they were interested in drafting him, which doesn't make any sense to me. But it is what it is. He threw for over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, which is amazing. No, he didn't throw over 5,000 yards. I think he threw pretty close to it. But yet again, Broncos, if Dwayne Haskins is there, they have to take him. That defense, it's starting to look nice now. They got the defensive coordinator in, they have the head coach in Vic Fangio. He's definitely going to make that defense a lot better. Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, that defensive line is looking very good. It kind of got hurt a bit, but that defensive line with Vic Fangio could definitely be pretty nasty, and so that's why I think you have to address the glaring hole here, and that's a young quarterback coming in behind Joe Flacco, and that's Dwayne Haskins. Bengals at number 11. I've heard that the Bengals aren't really impressed with Andy Dalton right now. I have Drew Lock going to the Bengals at number 11. Now, I know Drew Lock shouldn't be going this high, but he's this high on every mock draft anyway. I don't see him going to the Bengals at very many mock drafts, but this one I have them taking Drew Lock at number 11. This is a very interesting situation here. The defense is terrible in Cincinnati right now. So I'm not sure if you really want to address quarterback right now. Longer, build up that defense, and then see what you're going to do with at the quarterback position. Their offense, they still have a couple guys there. You've got Joe Mixon, A. Green. We'll see if John Ross can become anything. We haven't really seen anything yet from him. But that defense, it needs to get some help. So that's why, if it's not Drew Lock, it has to be defense. And I don't even think it should be Drew Lock, but I have to find a place for Drew Lock in this top 14. So I have him going to the Bengals at number 11. The Packers at number 12. Notice I haven't been saying one of those elite names yet. The top wide receiver goes to the Green Bay Packers. And already the Packers have gotten defense. They just have to add the best wide receiver draft. Now again, he isn't a very good route runner. That's what I've been told. And I've watched some of his game, and pretty much, yeah, he runs a bunch of simple routes, fly routes. I see mostly he just runs basically up the field. That's it. And he uses his speed. He uses a lot of his speed and athleticism. But it could definitely work for him in the NFL. That's why he is as high as number 12 for a wide receiver. I have DK Metcalf going to the Packers. That is scary. The Packers could definitely be winning this division. I don't know why I said that. Bears fans. Of course, we have the best defense in the league. We've stopped Aaron Rodgers before. They've got 2 first-round picks this year, and they've improved their defense a lot. But let's say that the Packers, their defensive signings don't make what they're supposed to be. Who knows? Because Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith are very good players, but they're not really great players. Like they have that. They're not game-changing players like the players that we have on defense. So that's why I'm not too scared about it. But they're definitely the holes I see on that defense is probably still the secondary for the Packers. So the secondary is still going to get a little bit exposed. But that defensive line is starting to look nice. With Mike Daniels. They're getting a good defense going. For some reason, at number 13, who would I have the Dolphins taking at number 13? Because I have Rashawn Gary written over again. Probably should have checked that. But the Dolphins right now, I think they need to pretty much just maybe they trade the pick. I'm not too sure. But I guess on the defensive line, who's the next defensive line prospect that could go? Maybe Brian Burns at number 13. That might be a little bit high, too high for him. A little too high for him. We're going to go with, not Cleveland Farrell. We're going to go with Brian Burns at number 13. That's going to be a reach, but, who cares? And then I think I have the Falcons. I think they're going to take Christian Wilkins. think they might as well just take Christian Wilkins here. So that's gonna be it. Very fast finish there, but that's gonna be it for that. This is the first video I'm uploading. No live stream. This is it for me. I'll probably maybe go over the. I'll probably go over like the NFC North overlook here. We'll look at the teams in the NFC North. We'll see how much the Packers have improved, because they definitely improved on defense. Look at the Vikings. They're not really improving in any aspect. And then the Lions are improving as well, but not too much where it scares me. But that's going to be the end of that video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more videos and more live streams and stuff like that. Turn on that post notification bell. Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't yet. Like button. And yeah, that's going to be it for me.